नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयरियाणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सव्वसाहुणम्. Right?
Pavapanasanam Mangalarancha Savesim Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam hoi mangalam.
Oh, sorry. Padamam Hoi. I forget. Sorry, my adat.
Yeah. Okay, let's say it again because we should get it correct.
Okay. Ramo Ramo Arhantanam Ramo Siddhanam Ramo Ayaryanam
Ayariyalam.
Ayaryanam Namo Uvajjayanam Namo Loe Savvasamudam Eso Panchanamo Yaro Savva Pavapanasano Mangalanancha Savesim Paramam Hoi Mangalam.
Good. So now we can scroll down. Okay, let's answer the questions. So we have done question number 1. Recite the Namokan mantra correctly. Who have been saluted in this mantra? Who will answer?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
The Arihant,
Yes.
the Siddhs, the Acharyas, the Upadhyas, and the Sadhus.
Good. What good flows from reciting this mantra?
I don't know what good flows.
What good flows from reciting this mantra? Scroll up and let's see if you can find the answer. This Pancha Namaskar mantra destroys all sins and is the first benediction of all benedictions. This mantra destroys delusion, attachment, and aversion and leads to right knowledge. So now scroll down and look at the
It destroys delusion.
Mention the names of the 5 Parmestes.
Yes, which you already have.
Remember the Panch? Yes.
The Arihants, Siddhs, the Acharyas, the Upadhyas, and the Sadhus.
Upadhyay.
Upadhyas.
Upadhyay. Okay, next question. How is real happiness attained?
Real happiness.
Remember the first line she said you give up?
No, wait.
Okay, fine.
Find it because it is there.
It says right here. The person who knows the 5
Parmeshtis
and treads the path shown by them definitely attains real happiness.
Okay, good. So how does one attain real happiness? How does one attain real happiness? It is not written over here, but you just have to think because you already know the answer.
You follow the path of Jain religion.
Yeah, but what is that? That something that we have learned. Where is happiness?
Oh yeah.
In your soul.
Good. So you have to understand your soul. Okay. Next, let's move on to the next class.
No, Mama.
Okay.
Remember this? Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this? Not Acharya. Chattari Mangalam. Arihanta Mangalam. Siddha Mangalam. Sahu Mangalam. Kevali Panato Dhammo Mangalam. Chattari Loguttama. Arihanta Loguttama. Siddha Loguttama. Sahu Loguttama. Kevali Panato Dhammo Loguttamo. Chattari Sharanam Pavajami. Arhante Sharanam Pavajami. Side Sharanam Pavajami. Sahu Sharanam Pavajami. Kevali Panattam. No, Tam Padatam.
I did that.
Oh, sorry. Tam Dhammam Sharanam Pavajami. Okay.
Scroll down.
Not this book. Okay, this is my Jain book. You cannot write in this book.
Okay, let's look at the questions.
Shh. Take that book. Take that book.
Who's going to read the first question?
I don't understand this. Define here. You want to read it? Define benefaction. Supreme, not Superman. Supreme. Stop. Supreme and no Supreme. Fiona, come close and shelter.
Fiona, have you done your homework? You were supposed to write these answers.
The answers.
We just went over the thing, 3 things. Remember?
Yeah. 3.
Draga gun par ya.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Okay. So yeah. So this was your homework. You have to write down these answers, and also the answers of like lesson number 1.
Honey, can you store this book? I hope you can. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You better write it. I'm not gonna do it. You do it.
Okay.
You can ask me for help if you want to.
Okay. You can scroll down.
Whose shelter should we? I'm gonna ask him to print it out for you. Tirthankar Bhagwan.
Okay. You can now mute yourself.
Okay, let's mute ourselves.
So this is what we're going to read right now. Sir, is Bahubali not a god? And the teacher answers, why not? But he occupies no place in the list of 24 Tirthankars. Next, 24 are the Tirthankars. All those who are omniscients and are free from attachments are the gods. Are the Tirthankars not gods? Okay, let's stop over here. So how many Tirthankars are there? There are 24 Tirthankars. But does that mean that only 24 people can become a god? Because the question on top is that who was Bahubali? Bahubali was the son of Rishabdev Bhagwan. Who was Rishabdev Bhagwan? He was the first Tirthankar. So Rishabdev Bhagwan had 2 sons, Bahubali and Bharat. He had many more sons, but these are the 2 names which are more popular. So the question is, are they not gods? Are the Tirthankars not gods? The Tirthankars are indeed gods, but even those who are not Tirthankars but are unattached and omniscient, that is Arihants and Siddhs, are also gods. What does that mean? That only 24 men, not women, only 24 men can become Tirthankars, but everyone can become an Arihant. And everyone who becomes an Arihant eventually becomes a Siddh. So that means that Tirthankars is only a status which only 24 men can get. But everyone can become an Arihant. And who is an Arihant? Who is unattached and omniscient. What does omniscient mean? That he knows everything. Sarvagna Bhagwan. What is Sarva? Sarva means everything, and Gna means Gnan. So he has all the knowledge in the world, all the knowledge of the entire universe. He is omniscient. Why is he unattached? Because he is not even attached to his own body. So he will also not be attached to anything else which is related to the body, including the thoughts, including speech, including your clothes, including your house, including your family. So when he has got no attachment with the body, he's got no attachment with anything else as well. So next question, who is a Tirthankar? One who preaches the right path to liberation is surrounded by the magnificence of Samavasaran and other glories, and in whom Tirthankar Nam Karma has come to fruition is called Tirthankar. So that means that only 24 men can have this Nam Karma of Tirthankar, which eventually comes into fruition, and so he gets this status of a Tirthankar. And like a Tirthankar, he gives many sermons, but he does not speak from his mouth. He will not speak like us. He will not say A, B, C, D. Instead, he will say Om. That's all he says. And he's not speaking from the mouth like us. The whole Omkar is coming from the whole body. Meaning to say it is not coming from the body, but you see we have got matter particles near the body. And these matter particles are of speech. And these speech matter particles are the ones which is releasing that sound. His sound is not coming here from the throat like ours. His is coming from the entire being. So it is like Om. And then this Om, it gets translated into thousands and thousands of languages. Because some people can understand English, some can understand Gujarati, some can understand Hindi. Some are animals over there who will not speak like us. But this Om gets translated in everyone's language. And so everybody can understand what Tirthankar wants to say. And he is only talking about soul experience. But if you have a specific question, Tirthankar can also answer that, because he knows everything. For example, if somebody asks him, when will I attain moksha? Then even Tirthankar Bhagwan can answer that. Or if somebody asks that, what will I be in my next life? Tirthankar Bhagwan can also answer that. But he doesn't speak like us, like A, B, C, D. He only speaks Om, 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 and only Om. And he is not speaking it like us. He's not consciously speaking like us, because he is in a state where he is just deep within himself, meaning that he's immersed in the soul. He's so immersed in the soul that he is not even knowing that, he is knowing that the speech particles are happening, but he's not doing it. He's not doing it consciously. Or he's not speaking it like how we are speaking it consciously. That we are thinking and I'm speaking to you. I'm thinking and I'm speaking to you. But he does not do that. How does he do it? He has got no thought, because he's in a nirvikalp state. A state without any thought is called nirvikalp. He does not have any thoughts. And yet the sound is coming out by itself. And usually it comes 3 times in a day. It's not that the whole day that the sound comes out. And sometimes, if like a special person, like maybe like a Chakravarti or like any other special person goes, then again the sound will release by itself. Now let's go up again. Let's read again so that we understand, because we don't want to go too fast. Sir, is Bahubali not a god? So who is Bahubali? Bahubali was the son of Rishabdev Bhagwan. Why Bahubali? Bahubali means an extremely strong person, because he was indeed an extremely strong person. So his name was Bahubali. So who was Bahubali again? He was the son of Rishabdev Bhagwan. Sir, is Bahubali not a god? Why not? Because he occupies no place in the list of 24 Tirthankars. 24 are Tirthankars. All those who are omniscient and are free from attachment are the gods. Are the Tirthankars not gods? You can scroll down. The Tirthankars are indeed gods. They are indeed Arihant Bhagwan. Only when they reach the Arihant stage, that's when they can do the preaching. Before that, even they can't do the preaching of Om. So Tirthankars are indeed gods. But even those who are not Tirthankars but are unattached and omniscient, that is Arihant, any other Arihant, and all Siddh Bhagwans are also gods. Who is a Tirthankar? One who preaches the right path to liberation. Let's repeat that. One who preaches the right path to liberation. Liberation is moksha. Liberation is moksha. Now, when you break down the word moksha, it is moha, which means attachment, and means that you are destroying it. So kshay. Ksha is for kshay. Kshay means destroying all attachment, all aversion, all wrong beliefs. So once he has destroyed all these, he can attain liberation. So he has already attained that himself. So now he has the right to preach to us. One who preaches the right path to liberation. Liberation is moksha. Yeah, okay. And he's surrounded by the magnificence of Samavasaran. Now, have you gone to any theme park, like maybe like Disneyland, or maybe you might have gone to Orlando, or maybe in France you might have gone to Disneyland. You know, I mean, it is so magnificent, isn't it? They've got so many nice rides. They like make it so colorful. They've got lots of, you know, nice glamorous things at night. Like in the evening, they've got like big shows where Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and you see all these characters coming. So Samavasaran is even more magnificent than that. That is only an example. That is only an example. But if you see what a Samavasaran looks like, it is something so grand. It is something so amazing, because it is made by the gods just for Tirthankar to do the preaching. It is made so beautifully that at times, you know, when like people walk in there, they are just so mesmerized by the beauty of it that they even forget to listen to the God. And they're just looking at how beautiful it is made, and unfortunately they miss the main points. So Samavasaran, indeed, it is very, very beautiful. It is very magnificent. But even something that is more magnificent than that is that Tirthankar does the preachings, and those preachings are extremely valuable. So if you can rate maybe Samavasaran, maybe something like 9.5 out of 10 in terms of magnificence, then the preaching that he's doing is actually 10 out of 10. Because it is actually in the preaching that we can attain liberation. Because by seeing Samavasaran, we might get happy for a few minutes, but we all know that Samavasaran will not last forever. Because once Tirthankar Bhagwan, he goes to moksha, or he goes to Siddhashila, or he becomes a Siddh, that Samavasaran also disappears. So although it is magnificent, it is very temporary. And his preachings, if we listen to it properly, we can also become like him and go to Siddhashila. So he becomes a Tirthankar, and always there are only 24. There will never be 23, never 22, or 25, or 26. But the number is fixed. There are only 24 in number. There are only 24 in number. Now there's a story over there. Let's listen to this story. There was a queen who was called Revati Rani. And once upon a time, what happened was that in her city, there was a Samavasaran of the 25th Tirthankar. So the whole town goes to see the 25th Tirthankar. But Revati Rani was very, very firm. She was very, very firm. She was like, no, there are only 24 Tirthankars. And she was right, because whoever had made that up was just some man who was playing around. Or like maybe some ghostly being who is called Vyantar. He was just playing around, because indeed there are only 24 Tirthankars. Is that making sense? Because this is like a fixed number. Nobody can change this number. And one important thing that you need to remember, that Tirthankars are only and only men. They can never be women. It is not to say that they're discriminating women, but like when a woman leaves her body, in her next life she can become a man, and that lady in the last life who now is a man, even she can become a Tirthankar. But a Tirthankar is always a man. And there is no discrimination there. It is just the law of nature that that men can become nude, that they can become naked like a Digambar saint, and then they can continue with their sadhana. But like a woman cannot fully become naked. And so she has to leave that body of that woman, and in her next life, she becomes a man. And then she can continue with her penance, with her learning, with her sadhana, and then even she can become a monk, a Digambar monk. And then even she, who was a woman in the last life, who is now a man, can attain moksha also. So it is important to understand that there is never any discrimination when it comes to the law of nature. And so we should never think that why are women not Tirthankars? Okay? Okay, so now let's move on with the class. You can put the book on, Vishal. If you have a question, you can ask.
Oh, you said in the Samosaran, is the god is Arihant or not Sid, but he's still the Tirthankar.
So you see, like Tirthankar is like a status. Like you see, like in a company, there's only one CEO.
That is Sid Bhagwan, the top level.
Yeah, but in like Sansar, but he's not in Sansar anymore, Sid Bhagwan. But
no, he's in Moksha.
Yeah, so in like Sansar, the highest level is of Arihant.
Okay, so in Samosaran will be
Arihant.
in by Arihant, because
Yeah.
that will be the highest level.
Yes, I mean like in Sansar, the highest level of like human status one can achieve is of a Tirthankar. But Arihant, anyone.
Okay, so he's
can
still alive.
Sorry.
Okay, he's still alive, not dead.
He has a body. Like if you like look at Mahavir Bhagwan, like Mahavir Bhagwan is with the body.
Yes.
So with a body, and who is a god is called Arihant. Without a body, whoever is a god is called Sid.
So much party? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So much party Arihant konche? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's
okay. So fine.
okay.
Let's go over that again. You can just mute yourself. Let's just go over that again. See, in like a company, like the highest level one maybe can achieve, just this is an example, is like a CEO. So even like in Sansar, the highest status that a human can achieve in terms of in terms of spirituality is Tirthankar. And there is no one on top of Tirthankar. So below Tirthankar, there's Chakravarti. But Tirthankar is the highest level that one can achieve. But there can only be 24 Tirthankars. But every monk who has attained Samyak Darshan can achieve the status of Arihant. Is that clear? Vishal, is that clear?
Yes.
So any monk can become an Arihant, but Tirthankar, there will only be 24. Okay, so if that is clear. Yeah, so let's move on. So there are 24 Tirthankars in names. Fiona, are you going to learn all these names?
I think Fiona knows some of them already. But Fiona, can you say the names that you know already?
Why don't you read these names?
Okay, so you want to read? Priyala, you want to read?
Hey, I know the names without looking.
It's okay.
Please.
Okay, fine.
Ajitnath, Samvalnath, Abhinandan, Swami, Sumitinath, Padma Prabhu, Padma Prabhu, Supasvanath, Chandra Prabhu.
No, ma.
What?
It's okay. 9th. Pushpa. It's okay. Pushpa Dant.
Suvidinath.
Yeah, Suvidinath. Okay.
Shitalnath.
Shreyanshnath. Shreyanshnath. Shreyanshnath, Vasupujya Swami, Vimalnath, sorry, go ahead. Nantnath,
Dharmanath, Shantinath,
Kuntu,
Kuntunath, Arhatnath,
Malli,
Mallinath,
Muni, Suvrat, Nemi, oh sorry, Nami,
Nomi,
Naminath, and then Neminath, Parshvanath,
Pashvanath,
and then last one, Mahavir Swami.
So he's got 4 other names.
Oh, here, she wants you to read 4 more names. So he has 4 other names. Vardhaman,
Vardhaman, Veer,
Ativir, Sanmati.
Sir, is it difficult to remember these names? No, it is not. I recite a poem, which you should learn by heart. Then it'll be easy for you to remember these names. So they have given us to remember, they have written for us a poem. Why don't you read this?
Like Rishabh, Ajit, Sambhav, Abhinandan, Sumiti. No, she wants you to read it. Like this. Rishabh, Ajit, Sambhav. Break it. Abhinandan, Sumiti, Padma,
Padam,
Shuparshva, Jinrai,
Chandra,
Pushpa,
Shital,
Shreyans, Jin, Vasu, Pujya, Pujit, Surai. Yeah.
Let's read it again. Rishabha Ajita Sambhavaya Binandan Sumati Padamasu Pashajinaraya. Let's try to remember the tune.
She wants you to sing it like Rishabh, Ajit. Come here. Rishabh, Ajit, Sambhav, Abhinandan.
Rishabha Ajita Sambhavaya Binandan Sumati Padma Supashajinaraya.
She's saying the whole thing in one breath. Rishabh, Ajit, Sambhav, Abhinandan, sorry, Sumati, Padma, Suparshva, Jinarai. Chandra Pushpa, Shital, Shreyans, Jin, Vasu, Pujya, Pujit, Turai.
Okay. Next, Vimala Ananta.
Vimala Ananta, Dharma, Jas Ujval, Shanti Kuntu, Malli Manaya, Muni Suvrat, Nami, Nemi, Parshva Prabhu, Vardhaman Pad, Pushpa Chadhaya. Oh yeah.
Okay. Fine. So now you have one extra homework. You have lesson 1, 2, and 3. Is that too much?
I'm gonna ask them to print it. Now I'm gonna ask Vishal to print it so it's easier. Then they know. Just write it down.
Fine. No.
I'm gonna do that.
There's something covering your camera. What's covering your camera?
Oh, sorry, my finger.
Okay,
my thumb. I was holding. Sorry.
Okay, so you can
come here.
Put yourself on mute. Sir, what is the good of knowing these? We can ourselves attain Godhood by understanding their teachings and practicing them. It is not only to you can go slightly high. Okay, it is not only to listen to what they are saying, but it is also to put the practicality of body and soul being separate. So, what is the practice that we need to do? Is it that we need to be good human beings in like sansar or this mundane life? No. What it is that we need to put into practice, which is called Bhed Gnan. We need to realize that body and soul are separate, soul and thoughts are separate, and soul and speech is separate. Okay, now the questions. I think the questions are very simple. They are because we've answered all of them. So let's move on to the other book.
Is this the Atma Siddhi one?
The the Atma Dharma, which is on Atma Dharma, Yes, this one. So this book is called what? Laghu Jain Siddhant Praveshika. Laghu Jain Siddhant Praveshika, written by Pandit Gopal Das Ji Bharaiya, and which is translated by Brahmachari Hemchand Jain. Okay, so now let's move on to the questions. So we had done a few questions. I think we had done till question number 4. Let's quickly go over the first 4 questions and then we move on to question number 5. You can scroll up a little higher. Okay. What is cosmos? Who can answer that? What is cosmos?
You want to answer?
No.
Okay, fine.
No. I think Vishal can answer this question.
Daddy's gonna answer.
Bye.
I want to listen.
I need to learn how to unmute myself first.
Okay.
So,
We can hear you, honey. Please go ahead.
what?
We can hear you.
Yeah, Jeev.
Yes, yes.
Udgal. Jeev,
Don't tell
Udgal,
him.
Dharmastikaya, Adharmastikaya, Akash, and Kal.
Okay, good. So just first read the definition. And Alicia, you can just mute yourself.
Okay.
The conglomeration of 6 substances is collectively termed as cosmos. The cosmos is not a separately existing entity, but the 6 types of self-existing, uncreated, and beginningless substances are collectively called as cosmos. The type of substances are 6 only, but in number, they are numerous, innumerous, and infinite.
Okay. So what did you understand?
That they are basically infinite. The number of substances, although they're categorized as 6 different categories that we described earlier, but within each category there's innumerable Jeev as an example, or Pudgal, there's numerous, infinite number of Pudgal as well.
No. Pudgal is always going to be infinite. In number.
Only infinite, okay.
In like number, Pudgal will be infinite or infinite times infinite. Ananta Anant.
Okay.
And how many Dharmastika are there?
I do not know the answer to that.
One. And how many Adharmastika? So you already know the answer.
Also 1.
1. And time particles?
Infinite.
No, not infinite. And space units?
Oh, what did you say about time? Is it 3 or
No.
infinite?
What we said was Jeev is how many? Jeev is infinite.
Jeev is infinite.
Yeah,
Pudgal is infinite times infinite.
Yes, that's Anantanant.
Ananta Anant.
And then
Dharmastika.
is 1. Dharmastika is 1. And then Adharmastika is
Dharmastika 1.
1. So now your homework is to find out in number, time and space particles.
Time and space?
Yeah.
You want to help me with that?
Okay. So now the next question, which Alicia will read.
What is this? What is substance?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
The mass of infinite inseparable attributes, gunas, is called substance.
Good. Okay. So gun, which we say in Gujarati, we say gun. It's
Gun.
not gunas, but gun, yeah. So the mass of infinite gun is called substance. So meaning to say, Fiona, that a substance cannot ever be separated from its gun. So in
Substance will always have like the quality.
yeah,
Oh, sorry, put myself on mute.
yeah. So so the mass of infinite, look, there's a word over here, inseparable. You cannot separate, you cannot remove like one attribute or one quality. You can never separate any. There will always be infinite in number. Infinite gun will always be there in one substance. Okay, so next question is, what is attribute? Now let's understand this, which we had explained also last time, that quality which exists in all parts. Fiona, draw it to me in all parts, what we had learned last week. Draw it. Or even if you don't want to draw it, you can explain it. The quality which exists in all parts
Of
No, like, so quality of anything, right? So like, for instance, what's the quality of sugar? Or like, could be any
sweet,
substance.
salty, bitter,
So she,
black,
I think she's asking is like,
mommy,
the quality is what?
squishy.
Saltiness, right? Or the
Mommy,
sweetness,
mommy.
sorry. So does that exist in just one part of the salt?
Everywhere.
So the quality is what? It's where? Is it in one part? Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So what she's asking, telling you is quality is
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Okay, so that which exists in all parts of the substance and its modifications. So what example did we use last week? Fiona?
Do you remember modification? Modification means change. Fiona,
Yes,
modification-
mommy did the mango.
I did the mango, that's right.
So fine, explain. So explain one attribute of mango.
So
It's sweet.
So okay, so yeah, so basically what you're saying is taste.
so the taste is attribute, do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know another one? Can you tell me? What else of mango?
No.
Sweet.
No.
No?
Wait. What I'm asking is that the like the gun is ras, which is taste. So explain to me the modification. What happens when you buy a mango and what happens 5 days later or maybe 6 days later?
It ripens.
So what happens to the taste?
It gets sweeter.
Good. So from sour, this is an example. From sour, it becomes sweet, or from sweet, it becomes sweeter.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a change that happened in how many days?
6.
In 6 days. But here what it is saying, that the change is happening in every unit of time, in every smallest unit of time, which is called samay. So there's a change happening in every single second, we can say, just to understand for now, that in every single second that there is change happening. Is that true? Fiona,
Yeah.
Fiona, is it true that you are growing older every second?
Yes, it's true.
So fine. Now like example is that what was the attribute over there, or like the gun over there?
Over where?
Of you,
Age.
the quality of like you growing, right? So what happened? The quality would be what? You're growing. So it's you grew older. What would that be?
I grew older.
Like it's age, right?
So
So the
quality is what, or like the gun is what? Age.
like you grow, your age grew, right?
Yeah.
So you're now 1 second older. The next moment, another second older. So that's like age. You grew.
And
So much pardon?
then
Come.
what was the modification or the change happening?
I grow.
Good.
To gr-
Good that you were growing. Okay, next
Yeah.
question is again back to Vishal. What is modification? You can read it.
Modification is pariyai, the manifestation or functioning part of an activity or activity of an attribute is called modification or
It
pariyai.
means a very important word over here, functioning part. So meaning to say that maybe there is a non-functioning part. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, there could be, right? I mean, there could be a non-functioning part.
No, there is. There is a non-functioning part because because the dravya is divided into two parts, paryay and dravya. So the non-changing part, there is a non-changing part and there is a changing part. The changing part is called paryay.
Changes for the yeah.
The changing part is called paryay. For example, there is this is an example. So there is Vishal. Vishal remains constant, but his age keeps on changing every second. But Vishal remains Vishal. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
That is not paryay. Him being him. Like Vishal being Vishal,
Yeah.
that is not paryay.
Vishal being Vishal is the non-changing self. And like the changing self is where he's becoming older every second. That is the changing part, which is the paryay. So
Vishal is what? Dravya?
Yeah, so Vishal is dravya. And
Okay,
what is a good? Age.
The age. Yeah.
Right? So he has many gun like that. So now let's take it on soul. So there are two parts of the soul. There is a non-changing part and there is a changing part. So the changing part will always have a modification in every second. Second is not the correct way to say it. Like the right word is samay, because in one samay there are infinite seconds or innumerable seconds.
My word.
Innumerable seconds. Is that making sense?
Yeah, I explained there, like when you cannot break time any further, that would be samay.
Yeah, the smallest unit of time is called samay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So
the samay is the word you gotta learn.
Yeah, samay is the smallest unit of time. Now, like samay has got many different meanings, but samay over here is only used to like translate it into time. Samay has another meaning as well, which we will learn later on. Okay, so samay means the smallest unit of time. Vishal, is that making sense? You can just turn on your video so we can see you.
No, I will. And that makes sense. I think we just still need to figure out the unit of time and what the measurement is. That's okay, next time. But
what is your question?
No, I understand it. I understand what you're describing. One thing I do need to drop off, Kumal. I have a call, so I'm going to make you the host. Is that okay? I'll make you the host.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Let me do that, and then they can stay there. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hopefully, you should now have access to do that.
Okay, fine.
And let me. I'm just going to leave for a second to make sure that you can still continue the meeting. I think that should work, but let me see. Because I'm dial another call, that's why I'm not sure if it'll work. Let me try it.
He has a phone call. He's still working. He took a break. Well, I see her.
Okay, fine. So we can continue. So now,
no, I think her picture is frozen, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear anything.
Mama, she's watching.
Oh, no, finally she moved. I think she can hear. Kiara.
Can you hear us?
Shh, talk softly. Vishal, we're not sure she can hear us. I think Daddy's on a phone call already.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And you can just mute yourself. Okay, so we have touched on a few new ideas and like facts today. So one is the smallest unit of time is called samay. And maybe we can stop over here because I will need the books. So I guess you can just do the homework of the first 3 classes of Balbod for like Saturday, because we don't have too many days. And then let's move on with the concepts on like Saturday.
I'm gonna have him print out the book, the
Yeah.
one. It'll be easier. Then I can just give it to my children and we can do it together.
Good, good.
It's the first 3 chapter.
Yeah, first 3 chapters, the questions and what I mean, like the new concepts that we learned today in Jain Siddhant Praveshika.
Okay. Neer,
Sorry.
what did you say?
And the new concepts that we learned today from the other book, Laghu Jain Siddhant Praveshika.
Does Vishal know what the
Yeah,
books are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So then I can be like pull it up.
Yeah, great.
Because I mean I make my own notes and I made notes.
Okay.
I think I'll talk to kids about Namkarm.
Yeah. And fine, let's
Not
set
they
the
don't
prayer,
know that.
no?
Need
Let's set
Vikalp
the
is no
prayer
thought.
together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can we see if there's something?
you can
Okay, last prayer. Come here. Briella. What is you tell? Hey, hands together. That's very disrespectful, okay? I will not give you TV time. Now, let's go. I will not give you TV time. Briella, look at me. Now. I will not give you screen time if you don't listen to me. And that's very disrespectful. Come. Okay, we're ready. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup. Okay, so have a nice week and we will see you on Saturday. Bye.
Okay, sorry, we don't know the prayer.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
We will like give it to you in like writing.
Okay, thank you. Guys, say goodbye.
Bye.